they've got nothing on Trump. There's no legal measures being taken against him that are just or usable or anything like that. So guys, we've actually seen a few conservative pundits try to say that Donald Trump is actually not guilty of anything right now, and in fact, it's very important that we recognize that it's actually the deep state media trying to tell us that Trump is bad, because he's definitely the goodest of good guys. He's always the goodest of good guys. Never bad.
He died like a dog.
Ever. They've got things they disagree with him on, definitely, sometimes, but they'll never be super specific on what those things are, because Trump definitely not bad. But apparently, actually, he got indicted, and there's about 34 different charges against him. You would almost call these 34 different charges maybe even ruling. Maybe if you looked up Donald Trump Rule 34, you might be able to actually find out more information about this. Now, I don't suggest you actually do that. It's probably a good idea you don't do that. I mean, realistically, for the sake of your eyeballs, don't do that. The deep state will grab your butthole and turn it inside out. I swear to God.
Well, that's me.
Maybe we need a brief break before we talk about this. Maybe that's important. Maybe that's necessary. Maybe the fan art section will give us a little reprieve from Donald Trump Rule 34. Maybe. First one here is from Jet. I heard you like transitional, Suris, so happy birthday. I hope this makes your day a little bit better, even though it's a bit late. I'm going to be honest, remembering my birthday, it was kind of garbo in some ways. So this actually does make it better. This actually does make it better. The only thing that was like great about my birthday was the stream itself. But moving on to the next thing from Aura Echoes. Happy birthday, Suris. Just getting this in right under the wire, but I made it. Enjoy. Aura Echoes, your artwork is constantly superb. The next one you have here is also a non-slime version, just for good measure. Slime Suris? Not Slime Suris. As always, everyone, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. And after you do that, you can torture me as vengeance for whatever you actually want to do. I don't know, nor do I care. You guys have already traumatized me plenty. Let's be honest. You've already traumatized me plenty. Dolan Tramp. Trump indictment, full text. You can read a court document here. The indictment lays out 34 felony counts of falsifying business reports related to the former president's alleged role in hush money payments to two women during his 2016 campaign. Yeah, 34 is an interesting number. Should probably do therapy about that later. The indictment against former President Donald Trump unsealed Tuesday. It details 34 felony counts of falsifying business records related to his alleged role in hush money payments during his 2016 presidential campaign. The payments went to two women who have had affairs with him, which he denies. Trump pleaded not guilty to the charges. Read the full charges document. So, I did read the full charges document before doing this. And I think you'll find something interesting. You only actually have to read one paragraph of the document to actually understand what it is. So let's go ahead and... Whoop. That's a little close. There we go. Let me show you what I mean. The grand jury of the county of New York by this indictment. I can't scroll. There we go. That's how to scroll. That's how to do that. I'm a professional. I do this as a full-time job. The grand jury of the county of New York, by this indictment, accuses the defendant of the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree in violation of Penal Law 175.10, committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about February 14th, 2017, with intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid in the concealment thereof, made and caused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, an invoice from Michelle Cohen dated February 14th. Wow. Hylia doesn't like me using that voice at all. Did you hear him in the background? Just as I'm reading it, he's just... Yeah, like that. It sounded like that, actually. It sounded like that. I just... Hold on. He's just up there. He's not happy with any of this. He ain't happy with any of this. He talks back. Sorry. You know, professionalism should definitely be, like, you know, covering this. But my cat is like, no, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Anywho. So, dated for February 14th, 2017, marked as a record of the Donald Trump Revocable Trust and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. The grand jury aforesaid by this indictment further accuses the defendant of falsifying business records in the first degree, in violation of Penal Law 175, committed as follows. The defendant in the county of New York and elsewhere on or about February 14th, 2017, with the intent to defraud and intent to commit another crime and aid and conceal the commission thereof, made and accused a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, to wit, an entry in the Detail General Ledger for Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust, bearing voucher number 842457, and kept and maintained by the Trump Organization. Now, what you'll notice is every single one of these counts are worded the exact same way. It's just a different check number. There are 34 charges for every single check. Every single one. That's what it is. It's a 16-page document, but you really only have to read about a paragraph or two of it. So whenever a conservative is freaking out at you and telling you that, no, they've got nothing on Trump. There's no legal measures being taken against him that are just or usable or anything like that. Just point out, all they had to do, they didn't have to read a whole 16-page document. The whole document is written the same way in every single paragraph. Every single charge is written the same way. Defendant in the county of New York or elsewhere on this date, with intent to defraud and intend to commit another crime and aid in the concealed and commission thereof, made a false entry in the business records of an enterprise, Donald J. Trump Revocable Trust account. This check and this check stub and this account number, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. They'll call it a witch hunt, they'll call it what they will, but this is just the legal system at work. This is how the legal system functions. The narrative that conservatives are going to try to use is that this is all being done because they're trying to prevent Trump from running as president, and by making it to where he can't run as president, then something will happen. Apparently, Trump is supposed to be the one bulwark between us and the world going to shit, or something like that. The conspiracy theorists have used pretty much every single trick in the book to make it seem like Trump is not only a shield, but the perfect Christ's anointed God emperor of mankind. However, none of this, not even the trauma, can actually make it to where he's not able to run as president. None of what's in here. He's actually still able to run for president. 100% he's still able to run. I mentioned the word president and Hylia gets upset. Isn't it a law in America that criminals can't vote? Convicted felons. Specifically convicted felons. But you can run for president while in jail. And none of this is consequences for what happened on January 6th. None of this is consequences for that. This is all stuff for the Stormy Daniels affair. And it's not, oh, they're trying to indict him for having an affair. No, they're trying to indict him for hush money. Hush money that was paid for, from what we can tell, with campaign funds. That is an illegal thing to do. That is a thing you're not allowed to do. Those personal expenses are supposed to be paid for with other accounts, not the money donated to you for your presidential campaign. It would be like if I said, hey guys, and this is not a legal thing specifically, but if I said, hey guys, I'm going to do a subathon, and I'm going to try to raise $5,000 to eliminate my credit card debt. And then I spent that $5,000 on a big old bag of cocaine. Some of you might be just a little bit, just a tiny bit, little bit miffed at me for that. I'd imagine most of you actually might be a little upset at that. Now imagine that, but in a legal sense and at a grand scale and using several $1,000s. It's the Al Capone method of getting Trump. Yes, that's literally what it is. That's literally what it is. Instead of trying to get him for the January 6th stuff, which would likely be, hey, you engaged in stochastic terrorism and we don't really have a way of hitting anybody for that. It's always going to be based on incitement. Instead, hit him where it actually hurts. Hit him in the money. That's the method that's being used. It's the legal method we use to get Al Capone. Now, granted, will it be successful? Who knows? Trump's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of sway. And it's also, again, it's not going to change the situation with him running for president. It's not. That's still going to be happening. So, this is where I got to throw it back to you guys. Hopefully, this is a helpful tool in case you are ever needing to have that conversation with somebody saying that there is nothing on Trump whatsoever except for the 34 charges on him. Please make sure your friends look up Donald Trump Rule 34 in order to figure out where all the charges are going. With that said, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.